I'm just real spiel. The whole purpose of what I'm saying is this. If you don't have a plan, who in here is above the 10th grade? Is everybody here sophomore? What are you, Ortiz?
Junior.
Junior. You have a plan? Now, when I say plan, I'm talking about now, how many of y'all have literally sat with your guidance counselor and say, look, I want to go to college, this is what I want to do. What do I need to do? Because see, if you wait till 12th grade, you're going to be rushing, you're going to be in a bind, right? Technically, if you're in the 9th or 10th grade, you're in a good place right now to get your stuff, your plan itemized, I want to say. Because you need to know what courses you need. First of all, you need to know what job or what career you think you may want to have. You know I wanted to be a fireman when I first graduated high school.
No.
Had no intention of being a firefighter. Had no intention. I went to college to become a lawyer. Dropped out. Not that it was too overwhelming, but it really wasn't what I needed or thought I wanted to do. So the next question I ask you, if you don't even have a plan A, how you gonna have a plan C, D, B, or whatever? Because your first plan might not go through. Hear people say, I want to be a football player. North Carolina has 100 counties. Not trying to discourage anybody from what they can possibly do. 100 counties. Wayne County is one of them. Wayne County has 6 high schools, if not 7. I can think of 6. Wayne County's a okay sized county. But look at all the other counties in North Carolina that may have potential 4A schools. This ain't even a 4A school, y'all. So when you think about things like sports, you need to have a contingency plan. What do I mean by a contingency plan? Backup plan, right? Had a friend that was, All-American, got shot during the summer the year before he went to college. The wrong crowd. His career gone. He's still walking around here buff, but he works at GAF. Not GAF, what's the place at? Georgia Pacific. Nothing wrong with that. But his backup plan was not in place. How many of y'all heard of Dave Thornton? Played for the Colts. Then he later played for the Titans. Okay? Dave Thornton went to UNC Chapel Hill offered an academic scholarship. Academics. His contingency plan was sports. See, academics needs to be in the forefront. Now, why is this important when I'm talking about fire technology? Reason being, these programs were not in existence when I was here. You know, when I started, this is how it happened. I was in college, okay? Came back home. My mom said, you're going to college military. Did both. With the Marines. Reservists. Came back home. She said, no, you're going out of my house. You're not going to work at Blockbuster selling no DVDs or whatever. Back then it was tapes. You're not going to do that. She put me out. Stayed out of her house for 2 weeks. Me and this girl I was dealing with. Long story short, I came back home. Because what? I found a job in the fire department. Fast forward 19 years later, after a long career, didn't retire, but I'm only 41 years old, guys. I came to the fire service when I was 20. Now I'm teaching school. Why? Because we have to diversify the department. Everybody says it's not about race. Well, technically, what's the word demographics mean? Anybody remember? When we talk about demographics, let's see if anybody remember from last year. Demographics is a calculated number based on percentages of people in a community. So, for example, the demographics of Goldsboro is close to 61% black. Not minority, black. Then you have your Hispanic and your Caucasian population, and then what they call other, which is other races. But each department, by law, should be a direct correlation of the demographics. What do I mean by that?
That businesses should be like a representation of the community. Like
Right. The businesses, the departments. Why do you think there's such a distrust in the black community with police officers? Because we don't see the same amount of police in our communities as the people that live in those communities, right? How many of y'all remember the word we talked about? We said gentrification. These are some old words we learned from Public Safety 1, which is a prerequisite to taking this course. Gentrification is when you have a community that was used to be, say for example, predominantly black. Well, by law they put things in place such as ordinances, fines, and say, well, your house looks in this kind of condition. If you don't get it fixed in X amount of time, then you'll be evicted or you'll lose your property or that case. So what happens is those houses deteriorate to the point where they look so bad, the people lose their homes, but then another group that normally is not in that community comes in, buys those properties, fixes them up, and now the people that once lived in those houses can't even afford to come back in. It's kind of like a wave. You know, at one time people lived in the city and they moved to the county. They want to get out of the city. Now these people are realizing things are happening in the city. So they want to come back. So how do they come back? Well, sometimes, you ever heard of strong arming somebody? Or using your muscle to get what you want, taking what you want instead of asking for it. Mm-hmm. That's what's happening across the world. Not just the United States, but all over the world. You look at Dubai, places like Dubai, the richest places in the world. You see over there how they millionaires and billionaires and all? Mm-hmm. How do you think Dubai got its start? They stole money from Africa. Egyptians, they stole gold. I mean, people from Libya. Remember all these current events we talked about? All this stuff added up. That was the public safety part of it. Now we're talking about fire technology. These programs are designed to help diversify. Welding program. Welding is something that's an asset to this community. There are some jobs that can be duplicated by computers and technology, but some jobs have to be hands-on. Firefighter, welding, food services in most cases, but now, you know, in Japan, they have kiosks or whatever that when you put your order in, they make a sandwich and it sends down a chute. Robotics. So even that aspect of a job is getting taken away. But these jobs, I tell you, what did I tell you last year? Not say anything negative about college, but college is not for everybody. When I come to a classroom, I see kids, students, I should say, they don't have school supplies. Then you ask them, they say, I'm going to college. I'm going to tell you the difference between college and school, high school. High school, they kind of coddle you. They kind of, well, baby, you need this, you need that. Now, when you go to college, you already, that first day, I'm giving y'all all the same level of respect that I would if you were on a college level. What I provided you with, your syllabus. Okay? What I've also provided you with is in that syllabus, the materials you need. All I'm asking you to have is pencils, which is a basic necessity. We're not in elementary school, we're not writing with crayons. Paper, a basic necessity. And a highlighter. Reason I say highlighter is because when we start using these books, 80% of the curriculum is definition. So I'm gonna use you to have, you don't have to write everything down. I don't know how you learn. Some are audio learners, some are visual learners. I'm kind of a combination of both. I listen to it, but if I see it time after time, it'll resonate in my mind and I'll remember. So, I said I'm gonna read this to y'all. And I gave everybody one of these, right? Mm-hmm. This is the preface to my syllabus. It says, my name is Chief Taj Polak, and I look forward to having an exciting and productive school year as we move forward with our Wayne County Public School Fire Academy. I served the Goldsboro Fire Department for a total of 19 years and was fortunate to experience one of the most rewarding jobs that an individual could work. I plan to provide the same level of opportunity that was provided to me as an entry-level fireman. The demands to grow a more diverse population within the public safety cluster of jobs is on the rise, and I look forward to ushering a great stock of employable young men and women into these fields. I expect all of my children to exhibit the characteristics of integrity. What's that word mean?
Doing the right thing when nobody's watching.
Personal accountability. What does that mean? Personal accountability.
Being like accountable for yourself.
Okay, well, we're using the same word within the word. What can you tell me about it? You got your hand up?
Making sure you're doing.
Take responsibility for your own actions, basically what I'm saying. And responsibility, okay? Which all of those words are kind of synonymous. They kind of work together, all right? This is a program that requires all of these attributes to make this program a success. I have a personal YouTube page, which I just told y'all, that can be viewed along with the everyday assignments that are given. These audio-visual aids further reinforce the information that was taught during that class period. I ask that all of my students are prepared by having the minimal school supplies as 1 5-subject notebook, a pack of pens, a pack of pencils, and highlighters. I will provide the students with a 3-reading binder. The students must have these supplies no later than the 2nd week of school, or points will be deducted daily from their participation grade. The points deducted will be in increments of 20% per day, equaling a loss of 100% per week. I conclude my introduction by reiterating how passionate that I am about building a competent and productive stock of employable individuals in this ever-changing society. I can assure you that I will exhaust all of my efforts to my classroom and make a safe and conducive environment for learning. So basically, what I'm telling y'all is any way I can help you, and I think this has been proven, I will. Now, those rules that are in this class, they're slight. All I'm asking you is don't have a cell phone while I'm talking. Because I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna use this one example. Get a laugh out of my students with this one. This is wood.
A rope.
What is gravity? What's gravity?
Force push towards the ground.
Force push toward the ground. Now, what is that? That's a fall, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
If you're not paying attention, you're on your phone, whatever, goofing off, tell you to tie a certain knot. Let's say a bowling knot. I do this. They tie a bowling knot, which we're gonna have ropes. That's gonna be the next portion. Every knot, that's a bowling. Every knot should be tied off with a safety, overhand safety knot. You don't understand when I say tie overhand safety knot, and I have you rappel off the building, by the way, which is 20 feet in the air. Tie the wrong knot. I say it's time to come on, belay on belay, which means rappel. We're about to go down. You didn't pay attention that day in class, and you forgot to tie safety. Here you are, about to go to the edge of the building. What happened? Possibly death. Because you didn't pay attention. Not saying anything could happen in the science or chemistry lab that will cause you harm. Don't think incident will happen by you reading the wrong sentence in the English manual or a novel. But not paying attention to this class can cause your life or get hurt real bad. Okay? So it's imperative that you pay attention. I always like to use that example because I really wasn't fond of ropes. But I got so good at ropes that I got on the high angle team. And I had to study my knots a lot. Because I didn't want that to happen to me. Now, I'm going to show you a video. I'm good, Malik.
All right.